Open my eyes, I slept through the day. Slept through the day, feeling uneasy, I push it away. Push it away. Last night was fun, don't feel like today. Feel like today, let's do it again, let's go on a date. Cause tonight I'm gonna take you out and live the dream that we've been talking about. So we can dine and spend up all our notes. Let's forget that we broke. I wanna celebrate and have some fun tonight. I wanna show you all the lavish things in life.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Welcome back to the Wolf Builders channel. My name is David, and today we are going to be ripping down this amazing house. Look, I'm Hard Hat Harry, and I've got the QPC gears on because we have just started a nice big job for them. So it's a tear down and rebuild. I don't know if you guys can see. And yeah, let's just get into it. Shoo! Hey. So, obviously I got my hard hat on, safety first. Before we started this job, we pretty much had a site meeting here, discussing a few bits and pieces, mainly a massive health and safety issues. There's a school nearby, we've got the building pretty much right on this right of way on the other side, and then there's another house pretty much behind us and to the other side. So we've spoken to the neighbours this morning, and we've made sure that they've moved their cars out of the way because we don't want any write-offs, do we? Any issues. A few other things we sort of need to take into consideration is all the power, gas and water has sort of been switched off, so the guy on the digger can do his job correctly without getting shocked or anything blowing up. I will say though, we have had the power disconnected. It's on the other side of this, and as we're demoing, we need to be super careful in this area because the mains cable comes up, and we don't want to damage it. And then once we've sort of pulled this away and removed it, we're going to be able to get a temporary power box up with that power cable that's going through there. Another thing we sort of need to look at doing is we've got the spar pool here. I've already actually protected it this morning. It's been all go. You can see I've got the spar pool under there. They're keeping that, so I got 15 grand spar pool, so we don't want anything falling down on top of that. 2 layers of 17mm ply on the top, should be plenty. But yeah, hold on, let's see if you can, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can already see straight through the stairway. Look, wee wee wee. But yeah, health and safety is at a maximum right now. We've done our site induction, our toolbox meeting. I've inducted Josh, the digger operator / drain layer. That's actually on the demo today, so it's all go. Pretty much not a lot to really talk about. We're just trying to be careful, super safe, and yeah, I'm just supervising, making sure that everything's going well. I can't foresee any issues as of yet, but if I do, I'll bring them up. Alright, so we do have a few steel beams in the mid-floor there, so we're just trying to be careful and wary about that. We don't want to pull them all down and the whole house collapses on itself and hurts Josh in the making, so just going to be careful of that. Woo-hoo-hoo! And then, yeah, I'll have to do some demo work there. We're also, another thing to take into consideration is our bottom plates. We don't want to just rip them up and rip all the bolts out and destroy that slab because the slab's actually staying. So another thing we're just going to take into consideration when we're ripping this out. Look at that. Big steel there. Fucking mean. Straight to the yard. Look at that! House is demoed. Now Josh is just going through and he's just dividing up the steel, so when he starts loading in to the truck that comes tomorrow, it's a little bit easier. But we've obviously removed this big wall that was here. Now I'm just going to put some temporary temporary handrail up so no one can fall into the rubbish. Alrighty, Tintati, we're back on site this morning. Didn't film too much yesterday just due to the fact that there was only one truck cutting all the stuff out, so yeah, we did a little bit of organisations. We got the Portaloo in. We have the Sparky coming on site today. We have finally exposed our main cable where it comes up through this block work, and we're also going to isolate this, so we're going to put some temporary power right here on this wall. Then we'll put a ground cable down, and then we're going to get Vector to come out and certify it and turn the power back on, temporary power, so should be ready to rock and roll. I spent yesterday just looking over the foundation work that needs to happen. Made a big cutting list of all the steel and stuff like that, so yeah, it'll be pretty cool. That was quite full on actually, quite a few lengths of D12s and all that sort of carry on, so yeah. Another issue I sort of came across is over here we've got a block wall, and our frame is actually going to sit back on top of here like this, but in this section here we need at least 150 mil from paved ground to our bottom plate, and we've got about 115, 120, so we're going to have to get a bit of a detail drawn up from that, from the engineer or the architect. But yeah, so we're just going to cue the time lapse of loading this stuff out. Yeah, let's do it. Back on site this morning, getting rid of most of the scrap metal. Sparky's in, ready to rock and roll. He's putting our temp power in, was meant to come last night, but yeah, she's a bit worse for wear today, on and off, but thought I'd just explain to you the last little bits and pieces of this demo work. So when we're ripping the house down, we're trying to keep all the external bottom plates intact. The reason being is they've got these bolts on it here, and I don't want the digger driver to rip this plate up and then break the slab. So we're just being super careful when we're actually pulling this last little section down around that perimeter. It worked out pretty well because the studs just sort of pulled out from the nails, which is good. So I'm literally just going through now. I'm going to be undoing these like this. That one's pretty rusty, fucked. Pull them out like that, and then pull them out, and then I'll grab a big bar, and I'll just, because there's also ramset nails in, I'll just use a big bar and lever this plate up, get it off, and then I'll use the grinder to cut the bolts off, and then we've got a flush pad all the way around. So this is just the last section through here that we're doing, and yeah, once we've done that, we're just going to put that bucket on. We're going to scrape up put that bucket on, we're going to scrape all this up, get everything ready for our last couple of trucks, have a big tidy up, and then we're going to start hitting the landscaping. So, well, not landscaping, but we're going to start clearing all the foliage around here. Everything's pretty much going. So look at this, got this freaking big 6 meter beam strapped in, ready to go for the scrappies. Woo! Look at this is the bar that I'm using. It's quite good, handy. It's got a flat end, it's got a bit of a thing on it, and I'll show you actually. Literally just come in under like that, and then pull up, piece of piss. And I'm just using a thicker blade. See how thick that is? It's about 3-4 mil thick. And that just gives the blade a bit more strength when I'm cutting against the concrete. Okay, and that's pretty much going to conclude demo. Hey, how about that? Smashed it out in a week. Just had the concrete cutter here, cutting out some of our slab thickenings that we're adding into here. But yeah, look at that, 8-ton digger, 2.5-ton digger to do the landscaping, and the 8.5 to pull the house down. We smashed it. 2 lads, 1 week. Not the landscaping, but clear everything off for the landscaper to do his thing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and see you on the next one. Probably a bit of foundation work, I'd say, or yeah, we'll go from there. Woo! Frickin' smashed it. If you haven't already, make sure you frickin' subscribe, like, and do all that. Peace!